Episode 40, Stoner Talk with Kevin and Noob.
Yeah.
Because I just got back from Virginia with my uncle and he ran to a medical dispensary and we smoked about 5 pre-rolls this week.
That probably would be one of the more intense things I've ever done in my life had I participated.
Dude, it's different. The medical weed's weird. And it was legal. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. I seem to think that the medical has been distributed amongst the non medical states through ingenious methods that human beings are and shared the wealth from those who have with from those who have not.
What's nice is that my uncle, he lives right next to the Appalachian Trail. So we hiked up into a cow field because it's technically part of the national forest and smoked a bunch in front of just a bunch of curious cows who would just walk up and never get too close.
Well, if you remember, I got married in front of a bunch of cows.
Yeah, I was there, and you got carried in on a fucking what was that
John
thing?
Deere.
John T.
Keep
Now, is this your
it
idea or your
classy,
wife?
South Carolina. Keep it classy.
Was this your idea or your wife's?
The location my wife found and the owner of the location offered, if you want, we can bring you up in the bucket of the backhoe. I was like, I'm game.
I wonder
So
because people had to ask that to like, hey, yes, you have a backhoe. Can you bring me and 3 of my closest friends up in it?
I don't know that is asked by the marrying couple, or if they just offer it to anyone who wants a country wedding.
I don't fucking know. What I do know is I tried to make the switch to Delta 8 THC.
Ah, so they're making something as simple as THC even more complicated. Delta variant.
Not really,
Got to
because
keep up with the coronas.
no, our weed, our like regular weed is Delta 9 THC. I was looking into this. I was like, how the fuck is this legal? And honestly, it shouldn't because Delta 8 THC, the only thing that's changed is they've taken a double bond and it got moved somewhere else, just ever so slightly. So what it does is it makes it less potent, but it's still federally legal because it's derived from hemp instead of guess the cannabis plant.
Yeah, the actual
Difference.
marijuana sativa or marijuana indica.
Yeah, I'm still confused how it's legal because they even have a CBD flower that's mixed with Delta 9 THC, so you can even smoke it like regular bud.
Weird. I don't know all
And
that chemistry stuff all that well. I understand the words you are saying, but how they perform that, much less figure out that the double bond moved from point A to point B.
I just think it's because it's a different plant. I'm looking stuff up now. Delta 8 THC facts. Let's see. Delta 8 tetrahydrocannabinol. Yeah, everybody knows what that is. THC is a psychoactive substance found on the cannabis sativa plant, of which marijuana and hemp are 2 varieties of Delta 8 THC, is over 100 can produced. Something else I'm realizing is if you go to a medical dispensary as compared to like a recreational dispensary, the CBD levels are much higher in the medical dispensary.
Well, because it's so for a medical dispensary, I believe it is honestly being used as a medicine, whereas recreational, it's like you or I just enjoying the plant. So save the good stuff for those who are going through chemo and it helps with their nausea or whatever, anxiety curing cause they need it for.
Well, my uncle was describing it because he's like, I, had one of the medical pens, and he said it gives it a fuller high, if that makes sense.
Well, because I would imagine because it's more potent of a plant, they can show you the levels of what the plant should produce as far as THC concentration.
Yeah, I mean, like the packaging and stuff still, it's like breaks it down into all the parts because there's like 8 things of not THC, but cannabinoids, I think is what they're called. There's like 8 different like things to put percentage
Okay.
next to. I'm not 100% sure what they all mean. I just know if you smoke it, you feel good. Did that. Oh, and my uncle just got done harvesting his first plant.
Congratulations to him living in Oregon now because that's where it's legal.
No, Virginia.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Past
Is
July
that the
1st of this year.
is that the first? No, Florida has it legal for medical, I believe, but is
No,
it?
I think here, look it up. States.
I'm just wondering, East Coast, if how many states have legalized it on the East Coast?
Recreational or medical? Because Virginia's recreational. Like Virginia's
Oh,
across the board.
I did not realize that. All right. So I'm gonna need a week off. I'm going to Virginia for the rest of my life.
Well, here's the thing. They don't have any dispensaries and won't have any dispensaries until like 2022.
But if it's legal, it doesn't matter where it came from.
Well, technically you can't buy it, but you can be given it. Like
But
having
what if I go to say Vegas or Colorado or LA or whatever and legally buy it there? I can then fly with it because those places don't check your bags as you get on the plane. They check what you're coming in with. And therefore, Virginia, it's legal. Doesn't I think it should be
I think
coming with
it's once
suitcases.
I think it's once you cross state lines, and I also think it's whether or not the police actually care, which I would say they don't. I'm trying to see a fucking just a normal map. Legal medical marijuana states, and I think DC is 100% legal now too.
DC, I know DC has at least medical, if not fully, but they're not a state. They
Yeah.
are a district.
Of Columbia. Let's see. So yeah, pretty much all the West Coast is 100% legal. Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, Montana, Illinois, Michigan, New York, Maine. What is that? Connecticut, Massachusetts. Oh fuck! What's VT? I don't remember VT.
Vermont.
Yeah, Vermont. That's a state I never remember the name of. Virginia. I don't. Alaska.
No,
And then medical is Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota, Oklahoma, Minnesota. What's that? Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, Florida. Yeah, we're like in the big gray blob that's on the East Coast. We're
yeah,
almost.
it sounds like it pretty much started Colorado and LA or California and then has taken over the West and is moving east slowly.
Shit. And Virginia having a pound is only a $25 ticket. So even if you get caught,
Wait, it's recreational. Why would you get a ticket at all?
you're still only allowed to have so much.
Oh, okay.
Like North Dakota
So having a dime bag in your pocket when you get pulled over, they don't give a fuck about. But if you're rolling around with a truck bed full, they might fine you $200.
Truck
That's
bed.
a bit much.
Yeah, truck beds get into a different thing, but you're allowed to have a pound. Where's Virginia? I'm just looking at no, it's MP 90-day supply of total cannabis products, extracts, and botanicals. So yeah, but they should be getting their first actual dispensaries in like 2022. But all I know is Delta 8 works for now, and I wouldn't be surprised if it becomes illegal in like the next 6 months. But they can try.
I don't know if you ever tried it. They had the THC chemical variant.
Spice
spray, yeah.
No, I'm good.
And they chased that around for a long time, and which was, I believe, originally discovered or created in Clemson.
Was it really? Hold on.
University. Yeah, well, they're an agricultural school primarily.
Internships.
Agricultural and engineering.
Let's see, 2008. Yeah, synthetic marijuana. Because it was fucking people up for a little bit.
I
Something was.
tried it and enjoyed it for a little while, but it was a totally different feeling, that much more direct rather than as light and casual as
Pfizer
is.
developed it.
Really.
Oh, hold on. Pfizer did one of them. Hebrew University of Jerusalem did another one. And then Clemson University did another one in 1995. So there was 3 different variants: Pfizer, Jerusalem, and then Clemson. Huh.
so big money, big religion, and South Carolina.
I'm fine with it. So I never understood. Like, yeah, people said it isn't right. It's like, I don't know. I never fucked with it. That's what made me wary about Delta 8, and so I looked it up a little bit.
Well, it's the best way I could describe it. It was a much more intense high. Compact your high into 2 hours instead of, compact it from 2 hours to 30 minutes.
I'm good on that. Sounds like, was it sativa? No, not sativa.
No,
Salvia.
salvia is
Salvia.
oh, but that was 2 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. You were talking about compacting.
Yeah, that's
Salvia
2
DMT.
minutes. So, have you watched Dune yet?
I have no idea anything about Dune, Kevin.
Oh, it's a new movie that's in theaters and also on HBO Max. But it's a retelling of an old 70s movie. I think
I thought it was about like sandworms,
there are sandworms in it, yes.
but I thought that was what the main because when I looked at it, I thought it was people in a dune buggy shooting at sandworms, and now you got
They fly around in dragonfly ships on a sand planet that's infested with sandworms, and they're trying to get spice out of the sand that's the whole galaxy wants.
huh. I never because it's books too, right? Because I never looked into it.
Yes, it is. Frank Herbert wrote them, and he wrote like 25 books, all
25?
something like that. There's like the Messiah of Dune. There's I've only read the one book, Dune.
Oh, like there's like
He makes
25.
a whole galaxy of books.
So kind of like Star Wars linking together. Huh.
Yes.
I was gonna ask,
But
can you
this movie, they linked into 2 movies. They did the Harry Potter, Deathly Hollows, or It type.
or it's like just
where
two.
they tell one part and then next it got greenlit for the second movie.
So it's a part 1 movie and there's a part 2 coming.
Yes.
Oh.
But there's another connection to it. Pennywise's father plays it as the main antagonist of the movie. A 600-pound guy. He had to get a giant fat suit.
Hold on. Dune and tag. Oh, please get down.
Dune Harkness. Harkonis, I think. Something like that.
PR.
Or you could look up Sarsgaard. And
There we go. That'll probably be easier. SARS. GARD. Images. Oh, it's a big old like Dookie man. Why is he in mud?
Well, he's in a fat suit. So it's 20 pounds of fat suit.
It looks like he's like in water though.
That's part of the movie, and I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like an oil that he comes up out of, and that's why he looks super oily.
Gross.
They show that in the trailer for it, so I feel
That's
that
fine.
is. Sorry,
Uh,
Mahogany, not talking about trailers anymore.
but you play any good games recently, Kevin? I know you play games, right?
Yes. Recently, actually, the Pathfinder, what is it?
Or
Path of the
Kingmaker?
Kingmaker, that's it. Just went on sale, so I picked that up on PlayStation 4. And
Oh.
I'm starting it once we're done with this show.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, I was like, what do you mean? After we're done with the campaign?
No, as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to put it on and start it up. But it just came. I don't know when it came out on PS4. I guess I missed it, but it's on sale right now, 50% off on the PS store.
I'm looking it up now. I'm looking it up on Steam. Cause so is it based off like all the Pathfinder rules and shit?
Yes, it is a game like Baldur's Gate and all of the,
Mm-hmm.
Neverwinter Nights. It follows the rules. You build a character. As far as
Is
I
it,
understand it, and it's the actual Pathfinder rules.
is it turn-based
Um,
too?
I will let you know as soon as I play it.
Doesn't look like I'm looking at the videos on Steam now. It does look like I can see like the kind of the maps and shit. But I just want to
I
see like
saw
gameplay.
I saw you working on your Red Dead Redemption 2 the other day, live streaming games.
Yeah, I haven't played it in over a year. So I
So
was like,
how bad did you do? I didn't actually watch you play it, but
this last stream, which I did last night, I was saving a woman off of the back of a cart and I pulled her off to untie her. But the buttons for untie and then kick in the head are right next to each other. So
well, all right.
I follow a cart up a road, shoot, and a woman screaming. I shoot the two guys in the back of it, and then this lady is just like, help. And I was like, cool. And I pull her off and I go to just untie her and just kick her in the head and kill her. I'm like, Arthur, why? Why'd you do that, Arthur?
How many times have you walked up to your horse
And
and
punched it
go to get on it and punch it right in the face?
a couple of times. It's really easy to do.
Oh yes. And the horse doesn't seem to like that. They tend to kick you and you go flying backwards.
Have you played it yet, Kevin?
Played Red Dead Redemption
Yeah.
2? Yes.
Did you beat it?
I have not. I something else came out and it was like, ooh, shiny new. So I went and got distracted by that before I went to Cuba. So I'm just before moving the camp to Cuba or whatever you do out in Cuba.
Oh, I thought you meant in real life. It's like you went to Cuba, and it's not. Like,
I'm talking in Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't think you go to Cuba. I think you get like
Or
shipwrecked or
whatever.
something. Yeah,
Whatever. I just know that's they keep talking about it and people have talked about it. It's been years, so I don't remember exactly where I am, but it's among my library of uncompleted games.
I did that with Pikmin 3. I got to the yeah, I went to I don't know if you played Pikmin 3. I got to the final boss and just stopped playing.
Not that he was too tough to beat,
No, I just
but
like
just I'm done.
and then never picked it back up. Oh shit. Ryan just came back home from the hospital. He had his appendix taken out.
Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan does all of our art.
Oh man.
He's
He was
fine.
at Terrence's wedding and was completely fine.
Yeah, when that was 2 days ago. I had to miss Terrence's wedding because I was in the mountains.
Because you got high and got lost in the mountains.
I don't know if you ever done those like mountain roller coaster things in Gatlinburg, where it's like the solo part. It's like a roller coaster in a single like little cart, and you have brakes that let you slow down and go faster. They're awesome for $20. It's like better than a roller coaster. It's like
why do they even include brakes? Who wants to go slower on a roller coaster?
My mother.
But
Just
the
out a
whole
couple
point of
times.
a roller coaster is to go fast, isn't it? I thought that's what everyone else was in. That's what
Well,
I'm
that's
into.
well, that's what makes it fun for other people is that you can actually control your own speed. You just have to wait for them to, go.
I'd run right into the back of somebody. It ain't my cart.
Yeah. Well, they tell you no bumping, but my little cousin, he bumped into my other cousin every time he got it behind him. It was great.
Don't use brakes. Go, go, go.
Listen, Kevin. How'd you start playing Pathfinder, Kevin? I don't think I know that answer.
How did I start playing Pathfinder? Well, back in the summer of 2000, I had just
69.
come home.
I mean,
I
you're
had
old.
just come home from college and went up to my favorite comic book shop. The Green Dragon was hanging out and kind of just was one of those nerds on the perimeter of the table watching what's going on. And once I kind of got a slight hold of what was happening, I asked to join the group and met Terrence and the Jeff and started a game with them. That was back in the 3.0 days of D&D.
I've heard it's probably the best iteration of it.
I like 3.5 was an improvement, but yeah, it was the same game. They just streamlined it slightly. But yeah, I think I enjoyed 3.5 the best.
Well, I've always heard Pathfinder be called 3.5.5.
Or 3.75 is what a lot of people refer to it as. But
Same thing.
yeah, it really is. It follows along that streamline. I just hate that they got rid of all the prestige classes and turned it into class variants.
What were prestige classes? I even heard of that.
Prestige classes were uh, it basically did what class variants. I'm a whipmaster fighter or whatever variant you might take, and made it levels.
Isn't that just
So
like archetypes though?
no, because it was its own class. You had to hit prereqs to get it to start taking levels in it.
I think
So
Pathfinder has some of that, like with the Hell Knight stuff.
yeah, there's a few that they have, but it used to be they have 30 or 40 different prestige classes, where now there's 8 anti-paladin, Hell Knight. I'm sure there's others I can't think of right now, but
Oh, there's a lot of them,
oh,
Kevin.
the Shadow Dancer.
I'm looking at prestige classes right now. There's like a lot.
Oh, I've
Maybe you should get
never
back.
really.
Yeah, let me see the link real quick. There's like at least 50 here.
Oh wow, I didn't realize Pathfinder had kept them.
I didn't know they had them. I know Hell Knight was one. Like there's Winter Witch. What is this? Because it's really neat to like, it's like, here's the criteria if you want to take this level. Oh, there is a lot of them. Ritual list. What's a ritual list?
Wow.
To qualify as a ritualist, a character must fulfill the following criteria: skills, knowledge, arcana, or history, 8 ranks, spells, ability to cast third level spells, and special. The character must be a member of a group that regularly deals with the occult, such as esoteric horror. Peloton I, Night Heralds, must have successfully cast at least one occult ritual as a primary caster. 1 level. Oh, this is neat shit. Hold up, I'm about to get in trouble with him on.
He is no longer a war priest. He is now a war priest, true necromancer. That used to be a prestige class.
I keep wanting to play a necromancer, but all the fucking all the descriptors are evil. It's like, well, can't do that. That's the worst.
Usually, like, I think personally, the necromancer can be a neutral or even a good. It depends on how you look at being a necromancer, because the main aspect is raising the dead. If you're raising the dead to go and raise a city, that's evil, obviously. But if you're doing it to fight against evil, I think it could be just as easily good.
I think it boils down to that you're desecrating the dead, and that's what people don't like. Because Amon has a lot of necromancer spells. That's like mostly what he uses.
Really? Where you leak blood and bite someone to heal them, or have them drink your blood to
It's
heal them?
not one I want to do. Actually, I think I dropped that spell. But what I did take was, hold on, let me pull up his character sheet because I got a cool combo I haven't there talked with anybody about yet. I think I got Sanctify Corpse. Or no, Restore Corpse. So if I come across a corpse that's been like deteriorating, if you come across a corpse that isn't mostly intact, you can't use Speak with the Dead. But if you use Restore Corpse on a skeleton, then you can use Speak with Dead.
Okay.
I'm ready to do that combo. What else did I get? Yeah, because like my Bone Shaker spell, that's technically a necromancy spell, but all it does is like control someone's skeleton while it's inside them.
All it does is control them. How could that be evil at all?
I mean, I was surprised. It kind of should be, but it's not.
Well, I think it's not inherently evil, maybe, but then I don't know. Could you? All right, here's the question: could you bone shaker someone off a cliff without them getting an extra will save?
No, they do get a will save though. So if it's undead, you don't do any damage, but you move them 15 feet. But if they're living and they have a skeleton, if they fail their will save, they take full damage, which I think is 5d6. And they get moved 5 feet. But if they make the will save, they don't get moved. And they take half damage.
Yeah.
I think even if it's undead, it may hold on. Yeah, and if an undead does the will save, then they automatically pass it. I don't know. I'm excited about it. It's also a good thing you're not a squirrel anymore either.
Yes, that's the key thing, because being a squirrel would suck, and I might as well have just intercepted that charge when I got turned into a squirrel and just ended it all right then.
You would have turned into a fine red mist.
But it would have stopped the charge, and I think it was you wouldn't have gotten hit at all.
Yeah.
Didn't it fuck you up really bad?
It didn't kill me, but it definitely hurt. But I can actually get my AC up to 1, 2, 3, 4. What's this? 5. Hold on, let me double check. I think I get my AC up to 26 now.
Nice.
Yeah. So I can be walking around with a tank, but that's with my shield, and I'll do less damage. Because I learned with the slashing grace that gives you your dex to damage, you can't have anything else in your other hand, which is stupid lame.
Well, you're not. First off, you're not using a whip for the damage.
Yes, I am.
You should be using it. No, I'm just saying, like, it's nice that it can do a little bit of damage, but you should be using it for your trip attacks and your disarm attacks. Or
I do, but Toker keeps throwing things that has nothing to disarm and nothing to trip. I think he doesn't like me using burning disarm. He said he hates me.
I think that is a slightly annoying spell, Tim.
You can either drop your weapon or take 5d4. That sucks.
Isn't there a save for the 5d4?
No, the only thing the save does, the reflex save lets you drop your weapon. Because if you don't make the reflex save, then you hold on to your weapon as it gets hot.
That's
why that spell's awesome, because they either drop the weapon they're holding or they take damage. There's really no save.
Well, save to even attempt to drop the weapon.
Yeah. And I think it's only a first level spell. Yeah, it's a first
First,
level spell.
yep.
Oh, what was the other thing I was talking about? With them on, there was something. No, with whips and stuff. It no, I lost it. I had something I wanted to say about the whips, but now I can't remember.
You about doing damage.
Oh yeah. That's why I
Feats.
chose a war priest to do with whips, is because the scorpion whip, its damage is normally 1d4. But because I'm a war
Okay.
priest, it lets my damage goes up while I level. So it doesn't matter
Oh
what weapon I
wow.
have. My weapon scales with my level. Same with kind of like and I can put unholy on my weapon too. So if I
Don't you mean
activate,
holy?
yeah, holy, sorry. I could do unholy, but I can do 1d8 plus 5 plus 1d4 acid plus 2d6 holy damage if the creature's evil. So
That's a
with
pretty
a 20-foot
nasty smack.
reach, it's
Yeah,
it's
that's
fun.
really nice.
But because I do this whip shit, I don't have any feats.
Well, all your feats are locked into your. You have what? One more feat before you're done with all your whip feats?
I don't think I'm gonna take the last one because greater improve. Hold on. Greater I improved whip mastery. Greater whip mastery. Opponent, damage your opponent. It basically lets me grapple opponents with it. But it's one of those things I don't think I'm gonna mess with. Mostly because of grapple and how fucking annoying it is.
Especially when you have a whip, because if they break grapple, it usually means you lose your whip.
But you know it's great? Amon has 2 of the same exact whips.
Oh, that's nice.
Because when we were in the dwarf caves, you upgraded both of them because I bought 2. And then you upgraded because we had an extra upgrade to +1. I was like, I'll take it. So I have 2 +1 scorpion whips.
I thought we put yours into your shield.
No, the shield was already +1. That was the thing.
Ah,
So we're
okay.
like, sure, whatever. But no,
Nice.
I have a lot of fun playing this campaign. I'm excited to see where it goes. So I think we're getting to the end.
Are we? I think we're getting to the end of this chapter. I don't think we're getting anywhere near the end of the story because we have no idea how to get back to our realm.
I think we're close to the end of season 2, and then we'll have a season 3, and that'll be it.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's my prediction. I don't know. I'm just having fun playing it.
we're halfway to what I think Coker likes to run or play
Level
in.
wise,
Like, yeah, he's like 14 to 16 might be his end point.
now we're
But
going all
then
the way to
once you
level 20. I see it.
none of our if any one of the starting characters made it all the way to level 20, it would be a miracle because there are so many monsters at level 20 that are save or die stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like you could just take away that stuff that save or die. Like that stuff's whack.
But that's why it's a level. That's what a lot of the spells are. You know, save or die monster. Even for us, we have that stuff.
Yeah.
That will get to that stuff, and you'll get a couple. You know, if with you having access to cleric spells, some of the upper level cleric spells are. It's not save or die, but it's save or be on another plane. Like that's plane shift. Zap.
I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I'll
Yeah,
see where we
it's
go. I want to play level 20 because at that point you're a god. You're a god at that point. Can't be stopped.
well, once we get to level 20, we have to do a party fight, party throwdown, and see who the last man standing is.
It's the wizard. It's always
Not
the
if you
wizard.
get to him fast enough. Two
True,
good
but
hits. Like um if Franks with his barbarian gets a full round of combat against Nim, there's no chance Nim's coming out of that alive.
I bet though that he has some type of spell. Because was it? There's a spell that lets you move away if you get attacked as an instantaneous.
He might have that. I don't know. He already has the Dimension Hop and Dimension Vault and all those little teleport spells.
Bitch spells is what I like to call them.
and Matt is notorious for, I always have a way out. I always have an escape spell saved.
Well, as long as he's playing it. Do we know what we're playing with Terrence tonight? I think we're just playing the main.
I think we're finishing out the dungeon, or at least the dungeon level.
Yeah, I think he said we're finishing out the level on that dungeon, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, that means the big bad boss, and
it's Edith's mother
is
Ethel.
Yeah, Mona.
All right, I think we're good on time, Kevin.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Don't forget to check out our main show, Homebrew Detritus. And check out our brand new website, homebrewdetritus.com, or check out the other links below in our dice box, if that's still a thing we're calling it. But thanks for joining us, everyone.
Bye.